Okay, looks like we're live. Yeah, hi guys, thank you for joining us for this session today. Today we have some in-house experts of HR for Heads Up, and today we're going to be looking at some HR myths and seeing कि कितना realistic है HR ka perception in the world. And I'll be just introducing the speakers now. We have four speakers on the panel, and there are all our in-house experts. Our first speaker believes in converting human capital into every organization superpower, and our managing consultant, Ms. Kritika, works with the aim of aligning this superpower with organizational goals and converting the potential into reality. So, welcome, Kritika, panel.
Hi, Lakshani. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Ms. Sugandha Pavi, is our Heads Up's own associate consultant, and since the last 3 years, sorry, she has been working and helping startups and SMEs align their HR functions. So, thank you, Sugandha, for joining us today.
Hello.
Our next speaker has a legacy of being called the star intern attached to her name. Tanshi Kumar is our HR associate and she scored a PPO from her internship. So this gives her a very in-depth knowledge of heads up and HR. So welcome Tanshi to the session.
Thank you, Lakshani, for that amazing introduction.
Of course, everything for a star intern. Our final speaker, Karan, works with Heads Up Corporation as a senior HR associate, and he believes in the value of qualitative research and conversations. Thank you, Karan, for joining us. Okay, thank you all of you for taking out time Monday morning to join us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just share my screen and show you some myths, and I would love to hear your take on this, and so that we can help viewers also understand, the reality of the HR world really is. I'll just share my screen and we can start with that. Is my screen visible? Can the panelists just confirm if my screen is visible?
No.
Can we see the presentation? Okay, let me try that again. Is this visible now?
No. Is my screen visible now? Can people see the screen?
Okay, I think we're having some technical glitches. So let's go about. I'll just say it out loud. The HR myth. So the first HR myth is that if HR is in the room, someone is definitely getting fired.
We are
What
not.
about you guys? As four HR people,
Your turn, Zubin.
yes,
No,
yes, Sugandha, please. What do you think? If you're in the room, do people think people are getting fired?
no, I don't think so. It mostly is fun when we are in the same room. So
I can vouch for that. What about you, Tanchi and Karan? What do you guys think of this myth?
think that is a very big myth that definitely needs to be because the HRs are not only the harbingers. Sometimes they bring very good news also, like best news that a lot of people might be getting right now are promotions and of pay hikes, etc. So that also comes from the HR. So that definitely needs to be
That's true.
touched. Any other news?
A lot more things. I think the HR does a lot more things than just firing people. We, we get increments via HR. So that, Karan, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
I guess we can vouch for the firing also, but it doesn't mean we are just grim reaper handing out and relieving documents. We all you know good news as well.
Okay. Thank you, Abhi. I think that really puts value to the point that I was making that काफी चीजें करते हैं हम HR rather than just hiring and firing. So well, moving on to the next myth. This is something that I have personally heard a lot, and people have said this to me a lot. But HR का career रंगोली से होली पे खत्म हो जाता है. So, what do you guys think? This association between HR and Rangoli, how good is it?
as someone who has worked in HR for 4 years, मैंने आज तक रंगोली नहीं बनाई है कंपनी में.
मुझे आती ही नहीं है.
मुझे बहुत आती है बट मैंने
That's
सिर्फ
very
घर पे
telling.
बनाई. सिर्फ घर पे बनाई है. तो आज तक और मैंने आई थिंक हमने कभी बनवाई भी नहीं किसी से. नो.
हमारे यहाँ पे जिसने बनाई है उसने बहुत voluntarily बनाई है. Tanshi, what do you think as a person who's actually made Rangoli? what, what do you think?
She did it for the meme.
This year I was the one who actually made Rangoli at the help of office. So I can say that was a lot of fun also because I included a lot of people in it. We had a lot of fun doing it. But I don't think that is the only thing that I've done throughout. That's just one day, probably 1 hour. So that is not where my career has started and ended for sure. And now this week, a lot of HRs will be organizing holy parties like we also have organized today. But it doesn't mean that these are the only two things that we've done the entire year, right? There are a whole lot of small things documentation to huge things, for instance, maybe revising compensation, right? So there's a whole array of things that we do.
Yeah.
Um, that is my thought on this.
What about you, Karan?
I've spoiled the rangoli, that's for sure. I can't make rangoli, but yeah, we do have functions apart from rangoli, like the employee engagement, interaction, and everything. It's not just the decorative entrance we are responsible of. We are responsible of all the events, being it games, socializing and everything. So yeah, you can just say Rangoli is first step to the engagement that we take. The face which you see for an engagement activity happen.
Very well said, very well put. Our third HR myth is something that is a quote that people really, relate HR with is, "Hey HR, I have a complaint." So, what do you want to say to this myth?
People do come up to us with their complaints, but I think that is not just it because at the end we are also employees, so we also go to someone, right? So I really don't agree with this quote per se then there.
But then again, we are problem solvers, so another added skill.
Yeah.
What about you, Tanchi and Karan? What do you feel of that about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, HR is not only there to listen to complaints 24/7, although that is something that people mistake a lot, that we're sort of like pseudo therapists or something. That is not true. That is an entirely
Yeah.
different profession, which I think Dakshani would be able to talk about a lot more than I can. But yeah, I mean, although we are always there to listen to complaints, obviously, to listen to problems that people are facing to help them perform better, be more efficient and effective at their job. But
Yeah.
that is not like they shouldn't think that we are their therapists, that they can just come up to us with any problem and we'll be able to help them.
Yeah. What about you, Karan?
Chain of thought that listen to complaints is one thing, but yeah, we don't only do the movies and complaint thing. We also do other things also. Like if we are able to listen to our employees and help them professionally, so I think that's not something to be put down upon. It's and like redressal is something that HRs do practice, but as well, be a psychiatrist in the organization, Lakshani, you might be having some different thoughts about specifically this myth first.
I think specifically strongly do believe that people feel very comfortable to reach out to them. That's why they go on and they want to file a complaint because they probably won't be able to do that with their managers directly. Having a mediator like an HR really helps in this sector. So I don't know if it's a myth, but it is a reality in the sense that people feel comfortable enough to go to the HRs. But that's not just what we do. We are problem solvers. That's an core part of HR, but it is so much more than that. I believe, and I think that is why creating a sense of work-life balance within HR professionals becomes so easy. Because, like Tanchi said, there's a very fine line between listening to someone's problems for solutions versus support, and that is the difference between HR and employee assistance per se. So I think that's my 2 cents on it. Let's move on to the next myth, which is HR will become A1 in a year. Tu likhwa ke le le. Get it written from me. Okay. What do you guys think of this myth?
You mean AI? AI in a year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Basically,
Apologies.
your one is
See,
better.
problem solvers. HR
Will
are
become
problem solvers. One more example.
no, HR will become A1 now that people are realizing the importance. HR will become A1, right?
But like, what do you guys think of a completely automated online without human touch HR? What do you
With
guys
the
think of that?
advancement in technology, we are, electric cars भी आ रही है. I think Swiggy and Zomato कुछ तो news है, they will, might try to deliver food via drone. So I think that part of technology might also come here. But at
Yeah,
the end, we would need people to listen.
yeah,
I think AI will be able to do that.
correct. What do you think, Sugandha?
I think it actually saves time on some points. Probably a repetitive thing that you need HR for, we can save time on that. Otherwise, for a bigger issue, if someone needs help, we're always there to give that human touch. So, for example, when you're registering a complaint on somebody's website, some product's website, so repetitive things, operational things will definitely save time, but at the end you do need a human touch. End में कभी कभी मैं जाना पड़ता है ना press 9 to talk to a representative, so you do need a human to
Yes.
talk to for your problem. So that is how I feel.
Yeah. I think what Sugandha means to say is that having a good marriage in AI is what is required in
Yes.
uh, human resource. What about you, Tanchi and Karan? What are your opinions on this?
Yeah, I think I agree completely with what Sugandha said. There needs to be, because see, the future is AI, the future is machine learning. So not uh, says it, they need to use it to their advantage.
So AI will help us. The engagement should be there. Doesn't mean that it is that's what there needs to be someone who needs to be a human, needs to be a personal touch, where I can do all the calculations. They can understand what a person might. So, so won't become AI, but yeah, it will become human.
Thank you for sharing that, Karan. Let's move on to our next HR के गुलाम होते हैं. How much in agreement are we here?
नहीं यार, गुलाम गुलाम नहीं होते हैं.
I
It's
think
a total
mostly
myth.
the scapegoats, if that is the word. Not gulam, because we work, we are also employees, yaar. हम भी employees ही हैं. It's just our nature of work is that we tend to work with the company and with the management. बोलना कुछ.
I think we had a small glitch. Sugandha, can you repeat the point that you were making about the myth? Our other panelists will be joining us shortly.
Okay. So we definitely are not Gulam. We are a part of the company. Alright, just because we work in tandem with the company's vision and policies and management's
Yeah.
idea. It's a myth, Gulam, but definitely we're not.
I think it's like we're for the people, by the people, that sort of ideology. So that's why it might be perceived like that. But I think we're just here to make the company or the organization function really well. So I think that's my opinion on it. What about you, Kritika? What do you think?
As I said, Dakshani, see, we are also, employees at the end. So it's just that our nature of work is that we tend to work for the policies and the rules which are set by by the management.
Yeah,
So if not Gulam, we are seeing, I think if that is a politically correct word, scapegoat.
yeah.
More than Gulam, we are the scapegoats.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's move on to our final myth for this session, which is अरे एचआर का काम तो लड़कियों को ही सूट करता है वैसे. I think we have one exception to the rule here, our fourth panelist, who I think had to log out for because of a technical issue. But what do you guys think? How much
I think
gender disparity do you see within the field?
our organization is founded by a male HR organization. I think that speaks for itself. But yes, see, वो है ना, it comes down with a deep rooted sense of patriarchy and matriarchy, because
Yeah,
it might not happen with us, but there are situations where girls, like female students are, उनको कहा जाता है कि you go to HR not for marketing. आपको marketing में जाओगे, you'll have to do sales, you'll have to do field sales,
yeah,
but HR is more of an office work. तो इसके वजह से I think mostly girls do take HR वो एक उनका ना सेंस वो ओपिनियन एक बन जाता है, बट आई डोंट थिंक दैट इज द केस nowadays when
Yeah.
people are more opinionated and they are hey, they have that knowledge. And see, we have Karan with us now.
Yes, Karan, your opinions are highly valued for this myth specifically. What do you think about the gender disparity within the field?
Well, first of all, you guys can call me a myth buster over here. And second of all, it doesn't matter like the gender roles and everything. It doesn't matter in the field of HR. There are different things that I am part of, not just the rangoli making or the engagement. I've taken up recruitments, I've taken up exits and everything. So, it is you can say a stereotype which is men ke HR to ladkiyon ka department hai and all, but it doesn't apply in real life. If you've got the skills and you are a male candidate, you can always take up HR. You know it's actually different, yet it is very informative, and you are actually the backbone, the face of the company. You are the one who interacts with the candidate first. So,
Yeah.
gear up, boys. You can take HR. There is nothing to be afraid of, and you also get girls, women co-workers. So you get to understand the women as well. So it's wink, wink. It's a benefit for us.
What do you think about it, Tanshi?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I think not just like HR, I get that, the gender disparity is at another level. But I think overall in the industry itself, we have seen a lot of changes, right? We've seen a
Yeah.
lot of the gender disparity being addressed directly, which is really heartening to me, especially as a woman, right?
Yeah.
Um, but even here, I mean, with HR, I know it is like this myth actually, I have been told this so many times that, oh, you're in HR makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I've been told this directly to my face. And I don't get where that comes from. I think that's just the patriarchal society we live in. And
Yeah.
we just have to, one Karan at a time we can
Yeah.
so
One Karan at a time. Let's put that on a t-shirt. I think I completely agree with Kritika's point as well because in my circle who've been in these schools when they have to pick their specializations, a lot of women are told that, oh, sales, marketing, who will listen to you? I think HR is more suited. It's more home like. You'll be more comfortable. Good time. So I think women get enforced with that ideology a lot. But again, one Karan at a time. We need more Karans in the world. Sugandha, any remarks that you would like to add on?
I would like to share my own personal experience. So, taking forward your point, so I had a slight inclination during my graduation that I wanted
Yeah.
to go into probably advertising in media. But a lot of my family members came up and said, "Ki raat bhar kaam karna padega. You'll have to stay out and all of that." So, us time I did not realize that thing. But now, as we've
Yeah.
come through and a lot of experiences there, so I now realize that this myth has been going on since forever, as Kritika mentioned.
Yeah.
But then again, taking Tanshi's point forward, so one Karan at a time. So, but I think we have had a lot of interns interning with us
Yeah.
coming through who do have this, dream of making a career in HR. So I think things are changing, which is
Yeah.
good in that perspective.
Yeah. I think the trajectory the field is on is pleasant, so to say, as of right now. I think this brings us to an end of our debunking. I think we will have to wrap our session here right now. If there are any questions, we're happy to take on. So you guys can put your session questions in all our viewers. Till then, I would like to, till everyone's putting their questions, if there are any questions, I'd be happy to mention that we're having another webinar on Wednesday around the same time on learning and development. And Tanshi and Sugandha would be taking it forward and talking about how important learning and development is within the field of HR. And then on Monday, Sugandha and I will be joining our forces together and speaking about human resources and psychology and how both the disciplines can work together. uh, okay, I think we do have one question from the uh, comments. How many of your company are supporting AI in your organizations? So I think, how much do we depend on AI as right now? Kritika, would you like to pick that up?
If I talk about our organization state currently, we are not very into AI right now. We might be looking at it for future needs, but not currently. Not currently.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are looking at it because to make, as Sugandha said in our previous question, that to maintain that repetitive work, to reduce the
Yeah.
time and to reduce the time and to make that energy efficient, we would require AI, but we're just looking at it, right? I'm not incorporating it.
Okay. Uh, I think with respect to AI, since everybody is, it's a pretty scary thing since it's not that explored. People think AI and don't know what to expect. So that's why even our viewers, I feel, have a lot of questions with respect to HR and AI. I think it's just we're slowly ourselves within the field getting comfortable with it. So it'll take time, but it surely will get there where AI and human experiences would be working hand in hand. Uh, I think that's about it in terms of the questions that we've received as of yet. We'll wrap it up. Any closing remarks that anyone would like to just put forward? Anything about the field that you'd like to mention?
I think it was a lot of fun to hear all the myths because Rangoli Wala was the most popular one that we hear during
Yeah,
the Diwali time. Har saal it comes up.
yeah.
Also, we did make Rangoli. Karan and Tanshu specifically did, but that was again just for the meme. So, but it was fun hearing all the other myths, and I hope we did answer. We gave some specific concrete answers to those.
And for more memes and fun adventures of Heads Up Corporation, please do follow us on our socials. LinkedIn, you're already on, hopefully, but Instagram as well.
We would
Uh,
also like to invite more applications जो करण जैसे और आ सकते हैं हमारे साथ.
yes,
We are open to
we
that.
were always on a lookout for a new Karan.
Yes. You can reach out to Dakshani on
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Can chat to any of us. But thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for taking out time and speaking about these myths. I think we really were able to put forward some factual information and factual knowledge about the field. So I think we'll wrap it up and we'll end the stream and see you guys on Wednesday at 11 for learning and development and HR. Okay, thank you.
Bye.